Hello and welcome back to Norty's Forgotten Flicks. Let's go back to February 2013.
It was a simple time in which the world was blurry and pixelated, I had a green hat, and there was nothing behind me because my roommate decided to just move in with his friend until the school found out and made him move back in with me. But anyway, in this time, I decided to start this series of Norty's Forgotten Flicks with 2004's Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. And at the beginning of the video, I put up posters for several films that I would be covering in the series, including Buried, The Island, War of the Worlds, which I ended up doing for Spielberg Month, and Big Fat Liar. So I've covered all those movies I said I would in the original video, except for one.
The 1997 disaster movie, Dante's Peak.
Dante's Peak was released on February 7th, 1997 by Universal. Directed by Roger Donaldson and written by Leslie Bowen, it stars Pierce Brosnan as geologist/volcanologist, a job that exists, named Dr. Harry Dalton. 4 years after losing his wife/girlfriend in a volcanic eruption, he is sent to a small town in Washington called Dante's Peak, which lies at the foot of a dormant volcano. The town was recently voted one of the nicest places to live in the United States, filled with all kinds of white people. There he meets the mayor, Rachel Wando, played by Linda Hamilton, and her two kids, Graham and Lauren. While Dalton starts thinking there is no danger, bad things start happening, from two people being boiled alive in a hot spring, to the water supply being infected with sulfur dioxide. Harry thinks the volcano is about to erupt, but his superior doesn't want to start a panic. Spoiler alert, the volcano erupts. So I first saw this movie back in high school during a science class. The teacher I remember I really did not like. She was mean, strict, but if there was one time I remember being happy in that class, it was while watching this movie. In fact, we couldn't finish it in class and I had to watch the ending later. So yeah, she showed us this movie in a science class. So if you don't think the movie has any scientific accuracy, then a science teacher at a public school in North Central PA disagrees with you. In all seriousness though, this is a disaster movie that tries to be as scientifically accurate as possible. More than something like The Day After Tomorrow or Twister, two movies I like. But let's be fair, no one goes to see a movie like this for scientific accuracy. They come for the carnage, and that it delivers on. In the last act. A lot of the movie is build up, and I like that. We see them studying it, it's slowly causing damage before it blows its lid. It's almost like the volcano is a horror movie monster, just biding its time with small victories before going all out. Besides the build up, there's a lot of stuff with Harry and Rachel. They develop a bit of a romance, and it's cute enough. Brosnan and Hamilton have good chemistry, and I like the relationship they have with the kids. Although, can I just say that Graham, who's a bit of a troublemaker punk, looks like the discount version of Edward Furlong in Terminator 2, where he played the son of Linda Hamilton. Now, because it's so action light for the first half, your enjoyment of the movie will probably depend on how much you like these two. If you find them boring, like apparently a lot of people did back in 1997, then you probably will find the first half boring. I like them enough. They have some cute moments.
Wanted to say I'm sorry if I caused you any trouble, and I just wanted to help.
You like eggplant parmesan?
For breakfast?
For dinner. I'm inviting you over for dinner. To say thank you.
Thanking me for what?
For saving Graham's life. And for caring.
Not a huge fan of Harry's team, they just feel like the Kmart version of the team from Twister.
It's coffee time! Coffee! Cappuccino!
The score is pretty good, and while that was done by John Frizzle, the theme was by James Newton Howard. And if you don't know who he is, well, I don't know what rock you've been living under.
But now we can talk about what everyone really wants to see, the carnage.
When shit goes down, it's a ton of fun and pretty suspenseful. They just keep throwing shit at these characters to put them in danger. From lava coming towards them, to a lake of acid, to the only bridge out of town about to be washed away. It all leads to a lot of fun set pieces and also one of the dumbest deaths in movie history.
If you know anything about this movie, then it's probably the death of a character that absolutely did not need to happen. And if you don't, let's just say it involves an acid lake and only being a few feet away from a dock.
The special effects are great. This was during that time in the 90s when, post Jurassic Park and Terminator 2, studios thought they could use CG for everything, but this movie has a nice mix. It has CG, which does hold up pretty well, but they also have a lot of practical effects. Sadly, it didn't even get a nomination for Best Visual Effects. Okay, it had no chance of winning against Titanic, but I think this could have gotten some love with Lost World and Starship Troopers.
So of all the scenes of destruction in the last half, I think my favorite has to be the one where they're driving over hot magma.
I mean, they have no other choice, it's either that or die, and it's just scary. It's like that jump in speed, it's not really that far, but the danger it poses is horrifying.
Hurry, we're on fire.
Hold on.
Stuck in the lava. More lava's coming down the hill.
The movie didn't bomb, it made $178 million on a $116 million budget, but the critical reviews were harsh, and even despite its cult status, the IMDb grade isn't very good either. This surprised me because a couple months later, the movie Volcano was released. Yes, they released 2 volcano movies the same year, just like the year afterward we got 2 asteroid movies, and in 2013, 2 White House attack movies. But Volcano got better reviews than this, and I don't know why. Volcano was just dumb and boring. I'd forgotten I saw it until I started writing this review. Dante's Peak isn't perfect, it can be slow in the first half and takes a little suspension of disbelief. I don't care what you have on that truck, driving through a fucking river is a bad idea and will kill your engine. Trust me, I know. But it's still fun. And let's just say that the plot point about not listening to the experts until it's too late seems very relevant in the year 2020. By the way, that happened when Mount St. Helens erupted. People thought the experts were wrong and they died.
Anyway, give Dante's Peak a watch if you like disaster movies. Thank you all for watching, and for God's sakes, listen to the experts.